Alright, back for another bite at the apple, as Michael Jordan says. Truly, I am the Michael Jordan of Let's Playing. So you may be wondering what in blue blazes even is a roll chain. Well, dear viewer of great naivety, roll chain is just a Mega Man ROM hack. They made the character select screen orange instead of blue. And also there's a different sprite. Yeah, look at that. There's a different sprite, huh? And that's not all. The powers you get from the Robot Masters, the sprites are different on that as well. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. But what else do you need? It's just Mega Man. You know what to do. It's a solid formula. You don't need all these fancy changes. You just go in there. Der Ball ist rund und das Spiel dauert 90 Minuten. All else is just theory. Off we go. Just when you thought these references couldn't get any more obscure, I start quoting stuff that's not even in the beautiful English language. Truly, there is no bottom to how obscure the references can get. So, all of the usual Mega Man jank is in here, all the unfair difficulty. Clearly, as you can see, as I'm struggling to get up these ladders, just because you're a girl doesn't mean the game's gonna go easy on you. All the same jank we know and love so dearly. Maybe if I was the modding guy, I would have tried to clean that up a wee bit. That's what I would have done if I were king. If I were king, I'd wear a ring and never hurt my people. So this is it, viewer. This is where it all began. All the way back in the far back year of whenever this came out. You know, I learned recently that historically Mega Man isn't even that big of a franchise. I mean, I knew it was never like an A-list type property, but historically, there's never been a single Mega Man game that sold over 2 million copies. Look at that. What a very NES thing to have happen. All these years later, we got NES. There should be a guy who could have like a prank show. You could call it like You Just Got NES, and he just runs up to people and pushes them over. It's like that other thing where there was that game show where the guy in the rainbow clown afro would run up to people and kick them in the balls. He'd say, "You just got kicked in the nuts." And was that an actual game show, or did Family Guy just make that up? I'm assuming they based that on a real thing. It's one of those things that seems to be just dumb enough to be true, you know? I could totally see that being a real prank show. Runs for like 5 episodes, 1 season, just a dude running up to people and kicking them in the nuts. Modern America would love such a thing. And every episode would end with a squad car pulling up. Because what that man's doing is certainly not okay. Here's Riot Shield Man again. We're gonna party like it's 2020. Get it? 'Cause Riot Shields. Huh. Yeah, those bullet bills look kinda Mario-esque, don't they? Somebody should sue for copyright infringement. Just like Pokemon's doing. Pokey and the man and the copyright infringement and the... Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I haven't been following the Pokemon Pale World drama too much. Because, well, I guess I'm just at that point in life where you just kind of let the chips fall where they may and you don't care about much of anything. Gee, that's depressing, but anyway, just based on the small things that I've heard, it seems like there's a copyright drama, as it were. Ooh, how salacious. There's a $10 word for you, salacious. We're an educational channel. Fuck. So what have you been doing lately, viewer? What have you been up to? Wow, that's really interesting. You're probably thinking, what the hell kind of Dora the Explorer shit is this? You pause so that I can pretend to shout my answers at the screen? I don't know, it's just a trope that's been on my mind lately, because, sometimes ASMR videos do that sort of thing where there's like a role play going where they pretend to talk to you, the viewer, and there's a pause in the dialogue where they pretend like they're listening to you, and it's always just such a strange thing when it happens. What a very Nick Jr. thing to do. So if we can hit some of these enemies in the transition area, we can build up on health. Or we could just make it worse. That is also an option. Did you guys ever see the Garbage Pail Kids movie from the 80s? I don't know why I thought of that all of a sudden, but I was just thinking about that part where they had the supermodel show and the Garbage Pail Kids ran around ripping the clothes off of the supermodels, and what was that about? What a strange thing. You know, my old house, my parents' house that is, the previous owners who lived there before us, they put some Garbage Pail Kids stickers on one of the mirrors, and nobody ever bothered to peel them off. Well, I did once, but they only partially came off, so I gave up. And so what a strange thing to still be there. I assume they're still there, but still in 2024, you've got Garbage Pail Kids stickers on the mirror. A product of another time, just like myself. So, yeah, Bomb Man wasn't overly difficult. Yeah, this is the only Mega Man game that just has a regular point system. I don't think it actually does anything. Okay, next up in the boss order is Gutsman. There's no Brentalfloss song to tell us the boss order this time around, but I still know what to do. Relax, viewer, I'll be your guide. It's like that SpongeBob music video with the caveman and the robot. Take my hand, I'll be your guide. So yeah, look, that's a different sprite. Before it was just a generic bomb, but now it's got an image on it. How incredibly exciting. So yeah, this is a Gutsman stage in case you missed it. Gutsman has always been a recurring character in this franchise. Oh, this part sucks. Hold on to your hat, fuck. See how quickly that happens? Just how immediately you fall? It's like Boogie 2988 going skydiving, just Anyway, yes, Gutsman has been a recurring character throughout the Mega Man series, more so than a lot of the other Robot Masters. After this one, in Mega Man 2, they brought him back as like this big steamroller looking thing, and it took up the whole screen. Hard to make sprites that size on the NES. Or they actually had multiple sprites to create the illusion of one big sprite, as they did back in the day. But anyway, just such a cool thing for them to do. And then Gutsman came back in the Battle Network series as well. I even had an action figure of Battle Network era Gutsman for a time. I don't think I have that anymore. But yeah, in the early 2000s they made toys of all the Mega Man characters. It was awesome. Before this franchise just totally fell off the face of the earth. There's more money to be made with Monster Hunter these days. Doesn't that mean there's Monster Hunter action figures or something? I don't know, I'm not a wee baby boy, I don't know what's going on in Toy World. But I should look into that. Maybe there are Monster Hunter action figures, that would be kinda neat, wouldn't it? I don't know, maybe. Gotta be careful about which spot you fall in for obvious reasons. Spikes are always instant death in Mega Man.
That's quite big. Impressive.
Yeah, as any good Mega Man player will tell you, you really don't want to fuck with those pogo guys. They're gonna put you in a fucking wheelchair is what they're gonna do. And you don't even get nothing back either. No health or nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. So once again, the transition area lets you get some health back. That is, if they drop any. You know, I read a thing. There was some MMO once where, I think it was World of Warcraft actually, where China was gonna sue World of Warcraft if they didn't publish the drop rates for the enemies or something silly like that. You need to tell us if the enemies are gonna give us gold, or else we're gonna fucking sue. That's my impression of the Chinese government, I guess. I don't know. Once you can get at least one power up and you know the boss order, this is all pretty smooth sailing.
Die.